it wasn't Buhari's fault that our people didn't access more loans from government than other regions. Ahmad. Bashir Ahmad, an aide to former President Buhari, has reacted after stats showing that the North got the least loans from the government agencies surfaced online. The stats, which was released by Nigeria's Senate, showed the North as a region that didn't access more loan under the Muhammadu administration. On first position is the Southwest region, while the South came second. North Central comes third, following the Southeast, and Northwest and Northeast are 5th and 6th, respectively. After the reports surfaced, many people have been reacting. Now, it's actually, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Is in the billions. This is in the billions. It is crazy. The Southwest got 57%, which is, I mean, what? Crazy, very crazy. And then in second, the South, I got 17%. So in total, 483 billion, yes, was, giving out in loans. And of that chunk, more than half went to the Southwest, 70% to South, North Central 11%, Southeast 9%, Northwest 5%, Northeast 1%. And this is crazy. I don't understand. So now Bashir Ahmed has come out and, he's literally said, I don't understand why you have to bring President Muhammadu Buhari into this conversation to make it look like it was his fault that our people didn't access more loans from government agencies than other regions. It was well publicized when those agencies were giving out the loans. But loans for what? What were these loans used to do? And especially when 57% went to the Southwest, I mean, you would expect that the Southwest is on a different level of investment in the last, in the last 4 years at least, let's say, with, Buhari's second term. We can expect that, okay, the Southwest, what did they do? What? 57%? Like, what? And then the North as well. I really don't understand. I think this is why the people of the North, it just always doesn't make sense, because I think they are such loyalists to the core that it's not even fair to call it loyalty. I just think it's blind followership, right? Blind followership that is glued and held bound by religious sentiment. That's what it is. Because you can tell these people they're not thinking. They're really not thinking, because you are loyal to these individuals, and when they're in power, you account for majority of their votes. I think they also need to understand the power they have, because, as they say, the North, statistically, factually, they do have the numbers. It's just very shameful because, first of all, the Southwest took 57%, which I am very shocked about, because there wasn't... So these loans, what were these loans for? We don't know. They're just handing and dishing out money. And to even look at the subsidy, I mean, Tinubu stopping the subsidy, I don't think it makes any difference. I don't think it does, because the administration that set it in place, perfectly ended the subsidy in June 2023. So it was basically either they continued, that's Tinubu's administration, or they didn't continue. Well, Tinubu's administration didn't continue, because you look at what Buhari's term, not even full term, I think from 2021 to 2023, 9.7 trillion naira in fuel subsidy. How? Where? Because if we're spending this much money on subsidies, right? We should have one of the best and efficient refineries. I mean, and the thing is, you'd expect that the more you do something, or the more something is your strength, and the more you engage in it, the better you get at it, right? And for a country that heavily depends on oil, you would think we would own our shit. You think, oh wow, this is what we do. If we're going to be heavily dependent on one source, you think that we'd actually progress and be efficient and have and electricity, in fact, would not even be an issue, right? So when you then look at the amount of money that went into subsidies and then these loans, it just seems, I mean, at this point, I think Aso Rock is just a place with so much money, cash, wire transfer, just go there, do your bidding, as in just demand, or not even demand, but just go there with what you want. And I think the government, all we're doing was just sharing money here and there. We just have a culture of dishing out cash, just dispersing money, and yet we are so poverty stricken. You see the contrast, like the irony. We are so poverty stricken. You have people that cannot afford anything. Like, even the way we look for solutions. So, for example, with this, fuel subsidy, people are asking for palliatives. And I'm like, do you know what a palliative is? A palliative is just a short form of, what's it called? Management or a solution, but doesn't actually deal with the root cause of what the problem is. And people are basically, literally, just asking for money. They literally just ask for the government to give them money. And that's not a good way, because we have such a culture of begging. So when we're going to collect handouts from the government, excuse me, that does not make sense. It really doesn't make sense. And then even with the bandits, right? Within security, the same thing. You had Sheikh Gumi dishing out walls of cash to unknown gunmen and all these terrorists in hope that that's what they needed to live better lives, so they are not dependent on, kidnapping and asking for ransoms. So a solution to a lot of things is just to dish out money. I'm using these examples to just highlight how mismanagement, just dispersing funds with no purpose, with no intent, is really ingrained in, obviously, our culture, but also our system. Put what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.